After years of working as a professional chef, I have decided to go back to school, primary school. I'm in Guangzhou, on the schoolyards where I play and practice Kung Fu when I was a little kid. And I have arranged to meet up with several of my very dear old schoolmates. It's a class reunion with plenty of great Cantonese food, of course. Next on Martin's China. Hey, I'm back to my old school in Guangzhou. It's a cool and rainy day. I love it. Oh, how are you? Long time. Long time no see. Long time no see. Long time no see. Long time. Hey, hey, we are so excited. We haven't seen each other for years. We grew up together. We used to be this small. And then now it's all this big. Yeah. We used to go to school. We used to study here every day. And after school, we all work very hard to clean up. And now we're going to go inside and check it out. We haven't seen it so long. Excited, okay? Let's go inside and check it out. This is the classroom. All my friends and I spent years in this little room. It's a very, very exciting memory. While the other kids were out on the playground, this is where I always like to hang around. But it sure looked different then. This is a school kitchen. Here, the chef, an army of chefs, prepare meal for 1,500 kids. I remember when I was a little kid, I come in here and this bamboo steamer, now modern technology. Hey, I feel right at home here, helping out with the lunch preparation. But before we eat, we've got a date with some of the students to check out the English class. It starts out with a traditional exercise session. Once a day, the children would massage, a massage session to refresh themselves so they don't get tired. This is great exercise. We used to do that too.
Stand up, please. Good morning, class. Good morning, Miss Huang. Sit down. Today, I'd like to introduce our new classmate, Mr. Xian. Let's welcome him. What questions you would like to ask him?
Mr. Yen, why do you like cooking? Thank you.
I like cooking because I love to eat. And also food and cooking brings people together, brings family together, brings people that don't know each other together. Because when you sit down at the dining table, you're all very happy.
How many places have you been?
How many places, how many countries have I ever been? I've been in probably about 35 countries around the world. I've been in Europe and in France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, also Burma, and of course, China. Look at all this beautiful classroom. Over there is a basketball field. You cannot believe how much has changed in this school, and yet changed for the good. Used to be a biology lab, then later turned into a library. And this building, this old building, have been here since 1907. Now it's a museum. Yeah, we all have done our lab here. Now it's a museum. So much history, so many good memories. And today, I learned a little more about my school's past from a surprising source, some new friends from America. Let me ask you a question. Why are you here? It is what a coincidence. I went to school here about 2,000 years ago. In 1907, I went to school here with all my classmates. Come over here. This is all my classmates. Okay, why are you here today?
We're here to see about my aunt, Miss Floyd Hawkins.
Yeah, Floyd Hawkins.
Who taught here.
Oh, he
in
taught
the
here.
20s
In
and
the
30s.
In the 20s and 30s, because this used to be a Christian girls' school. Wow. She is such a generous lady. Came all the way from the U.S. to come and teach the Chinese girls. What a story, and what a small world. Yan can cook! So can you. What a pleasant surprise to see all my friends from Phoenix, Arizona, to be in my old school with all my old classmates. Amazing. Time for lunch. Ding dong, time for lunch. Let's eat. This is the school dining area called school dining hall. Lunchtime, everybody come, all the students come here to eat. As I eat this, it brings back a lot of great memories. Happy memory when we were little kids, having a good time, having lunch, play, practice my kung fu with all my good friends. Eat. Good-looking guy when I was young. 佢而家好高㗎，佢而家好。
呢張相可能你自己都冇，
我唔記得咗啦。
佢都話喺佢
呢個啊
呢張就
，look at this. This is all our graduation class. That's me right here.
係你啊邊個？
Yeah, that's
這
me.
是一陣棒，這是你姓德。
Yeah, we're all here. All of us are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. A lot has changed, but one thing has stayed the same. We all still love to share a laugh. I'm so happy we can spend this day together, renewing friendships and remembering the old days and exploring the new Guangzhou. I'm roll cutting. You see this? I cut and I roll, quarter of a turn. I cut, I roll, I cut. This is Asian or Persian cucumber. There's very little seed. It's nice and crunchy and very sweet. That's why I love to use this to make salad. And I put all of these right over here. And then, of course, I have some chili and make it nice and colorful, okay? And then cut it, and I set it aside. And I put it right here. What I really want to show you is do a sweet char siu pork with cucumber. That's what, you see, I have some pork tenderloin here. I'm gonna marinate this. All I have to do is put this piece of pork tenderloin right over here. All I have to do is put a tiny bit of garlic and ginger. I love garlic and ginger. Most important thing, Chinese 5-spice powder. Sprinkle Chinese 5 powder. This is the mixture of star anise, fennel, clove, Sichuan peppercorn, and cinnamon. If you like hot, a little kick, hey, how about some white pepper, okay? And a tiny bit of sugar, soy sauce. Very important. Soy sauce, balance the flavor. Soy sauce. And then hoisin sauce. We use hoisin sauce, okay? This is the hoisin sauce. This is what gives that one. This is what made from fermented soybeans. This is what makes the char siu and the barbecue pork or the barbecue spare rib that unique Asian flavor. And about a few drops of sesame seed oil. If you want, you can even put a tiny bit of sweet vinegar, tiny bit, or wine. Then after you do that, put it in the fridge and let it marinate, you know. Anywhere from 2 hours, 4 hours, even overnight. Very, very good. You go to a Chinese restaurant. Let me put this in, take this out. Now, I have some already marinate. Look how beautiful. Already marinate. And then we're gonna show you how easy it is. You let it drain a little bit, and you put this right over here in this rack. And I put this in this oven, okay? And I'm gonna bake it 275 degrees for about 25 minutes. Let's put it in. Beautiful piece. Put it right here. Look at that. Cucumber. Put a tiny bit of these. You do the same thing with cabbage and carrot, okay? Salt. Don't put too much, just enough, okay? And then you can use your hand, because this way you can squeeze it, okay? Okay, and set aside. Now, all we have to do is put a tiny bit of honey. This is honey, okay? Very little. And a tiny bit of vinegar, okay? Mix it together. And then I put a tiny bit of sesame seed oil and hoisin sauce. This is the basting sauce, okay? Wonderful basting sauce. Hoisin sauce. This way, braise it, okay? And then also use a tiny bit of soy to dilute it and make it into a nice basting sauce. And I'm going to pull it out. And then, whoa, nice and hot. Nice and hot right here. Look at this. I am going to put this. This is going to be beautiful, nice and braised. I put it back and finished cooking. That's going to be very nice. Good. In the meantime, we're going to show you, after you pickle this, look at this. There's water coming out. Look at that. Squeeze the water. You squeeze the water coming out. And then you rinse it a little bit. Otherwise, it's a little bit salty, okay? Rinse this, and get the water out. Very nice. Get it out. This is it. And then you mix the chili right here. This way, it gives a nice color contrast, okay? And then you pickle it with vinegar, hey, and a tiny bit of sugar, and a tiny bit of soy. Very simple pickling. Always use a little aromatic sesame seed oil. And then when it's done, this is going to be nice and colorful. It is good. And then we'll set it aside and get ready to serve. In the meantime, we think our barbecue pork should be done. And we'll take it over here. It's ready. So we'll pull it out. It's absolutely gorgeous. Nice and golden brown, and it's glazy. Look at that. Look at the juice coming out. It's still hot. It's very, very nice and very, very hot. You take it out, and you put it right over here. Nice and hot, okay? And then I'm going to slice it, okay? You slice it at an angle. One. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice and pink inside. Wow. Very, very hot. Wow. You should allow it to cool down a little bit before you cut it, okay? Fan this out, and I put this right over here. Right over here. Look at how beautiful. Beautiful pieces, okay? Look at this. This is a wonderful, simple, it is so easy to do. Everybody can do it. Look at this. I just put this over here, okay? And then, let me show you. Here, I have a hamburger. You know what? You can make char siu hamburger right here. And beautiful. You know what the great thing about char siu is? It's many, many use. Very popular. You go to a lot of Chinese, always have char siu as appetizer. Tiny bit of sesame seed. And then a tiny bit of the juice. A tiny bit of the juice. Look at this. The hot juice. The hot juice right here. Sweet char siu pork with pickled cucumber. Next, my friends and I are going to visit an old neighborhood. And then I'll cook one of my favorite dish, seafood over the cloud. Like many parts of China, my hometown Guangzhou is changing fast and growing even faster. But fortunately, one thing never changes. The food is always fantastic and is everywhere you look. This is a very busy little neighborhood. There's a lot of shops, little stores, as well as little family-style restaurants. We used to hang around the street all the time with our school buddies, playing on the street. My old classmates are all here to enjoy a favorite treat from our childhood. Wow, you know, when we were little kids, we always hang around here. We'll order this neighborhood restaurant. You see, you pay first, then you eat. Thank you. This place has a very famous house specialty, double boiled soup served in a coconut. This is something that our parents used to do at home. Now you can come to this little place and eat it. Very traditional Cantonese double boiled soup. You know why they call double boil? Because you got the broth inside You use the steam to cook it. And the steam cook the broth inside. That's why the broth is very clear. Look at how clear the broth is, because it's double boiled. You see this? You see this coconut? This is coconut, okay? Fresh coconut. You can even eat the coconut. Crunchy, sweet, and very nice. Talk about family-style dining. This little shop is actually owned by my cousin. Every year when I come back to Guangzhou, I work with my cousin to develop some new dish for him. That's my cousin right there. You know what? The neighborhood has changed quite a bit. But the funny thing is, people's love for food is still unchanged, the same. Everybody loves to eat. That's the reason why, even in our reunion, we come here to eat in this little neighborhood restaurant owned by my cousin. As we walk through the old neighborhood, my friends and I share stories and memories about the old days. I remember when I was growing up in the neighborhood here, there's no fruit stand. Now you can see fruits all over the place, from all over the world. This is the famous durian from Thailand or Malaysia. And how about the lychee from Hainan Island? And the mangosteen. And then beautiful peach and plum and nectarine. And then the Western apple, or they call the lotus apple, and it's beautiful. Hey, how about some beautiful rambutan from Thailand? Wow, it looks like lychee. Inside there, it looks like lychee. It's beautiful, I love it. For dinner, my old friends and I are heading to another place that brings back a lot of good memories. It is the restaurant on the lake. I'm going to introduce my good friend, Chef Lei Cheng, of Tang Riyuan Restaurant. People from Guangzhou, when I was a little kid, my parents used to bring me over here. We love this place. It's been here for a long, long time. They use all the local ingredients. Now see what else we do. Fresh water chestnut, you cut into little pieces. Cloud ear, lotus root right here. Carrot, fresh bamboo shoot right here. Snow pea, red pepper, garlic and ginger. And of course, the Cantonese love seafood. So we have fresh scallop. Everything stir-fry, healthy, very local. It is Cantonese favorite. First, you water blanch all the wonderful vegetable first. And then you poach the scallop. Garlic, ginger, pepper, and scallion. Vegetable. Toss the wok. Tiny bit of cornstarch and wine. Time to serve. Look how beautiful the dish is. How about some garnishing? Do some little simple garnishing right here. Simple scallop stir fry with all the local goodies. Look at all these beautiful dishes. It's a real wonderful banquet. You know, we were talking about when we were growing up in the summertime, we used to go out to the farm and help the farmers to harvest. And then we come to the lake. Many of the lakes in Guangzhou, we help to dig it up. In fact, we were involved in 3 different lakes. Today, in our wildest dream, we never dream of having the opportunity to have a banquet like this and gather together and reminisce and have such a great union. Hey, wonderful. Yeah. Next thing we'll show you is the seafood over the cloud. Okay. Here I have shrimp, I have scallop, I have some leftover salmon here. You marinate all of them at the same time, doesn't matter. And I put this all over here. I'm going to add a tiny bit of pepper and salt. Okay. Pepper and salt. Okay. A tiny bit of soy too. Okay. And of course, Sichuan juice. Sichuan juice. Use cornstarch. Always remember to do that. Marinate this first, okay? Let it marinate for a few seconds. Okay, now set it aside. It's right there. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to make a wonderful basket like this. Look at this wonderful basket. All you have to do is use egg roll wrappers and then turn the heat up, and then you use a little container or little another counter. You push it down. Look at this, huh? Wow, look at this. Sizzle, sizzle, look at that. Beautiful. It doesn't take too long. Look at the one that I have done. It's beautiful. Look at that, nice and golden brown. How about some cellophane noodle? We're going to use for our ingredient for seafood over the cloud. Now look at this. Don't blink. If you blink, it will be gone. 1, and now 2, and now 3. Look at that. It's already done. This is what we're going to use for our dish, seafood over the cloud. Look at that. How beautiful. And this is egg white, okay? And then I put a tiny bit of milk. This is give it the egg white very, very nice. Okay, white and beautiful. Because I want to make a cloud. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. I'm going to use a tiny bit of extra oil. Okay. And then look at this. I am going to put this right over here. Look at this. Look at this. The cloud is done. Look at this. Look at this. This is the cloud. Look at this. The cloud. Wow. And then I put this right over here. The cloud is done. Look at this beautiful cloud. And then I put this over here. This is garlic and ginger right here. And then I put this and I put them all in. During walk, I do things at the same time. Look at this. Look at this. Very, very simple. Tiny bit of Shaoxing wine. Tiny bit of Shaoxing wine. Very simple. Tiny bit of Shaoxing wine. Whoa. I put a tiny bit of oyster flavor sauce right here. Okay. And I put a tiny bit of slurry, cornstarch slurry. Very simple. Make a little sauce, and this is unbelievable. Look at that. It's so beautiful. You know what? It's done. How easy it is. When this is done, you move it over here and you serve these. You put this. This is the cloud. This is the cloud right over here. And we'll put the cup right over here. Look at how beautiful. And then we put the cloud right in here. Look at this, just the right amount. Okay? The cloud. Over the cloud, a lot of cloud, I put the seafood right on top. Okay? I put the seafood right on top. Look at this, beautiful. Okay, look at this. And then when it's ready, I put a tiny bit of pico right on top of here. Okay? I want to put this over here and then serve. You know what? We have a beautiful dish. Seafood over the cloud served with steamy rice. If Yan can cook with old school buddies, so can you. 再见.